Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood. You're watching the Political Vigilante post-Democratic debate. We just watched the third debate that was in Houston, Texas on September 12th, 2000. And 19? So thank you, everybody. Let's join us right here. A couple of things I want to talk about for sure. What's up, True Progress? Yeah, it was terrible. Man, that was like it was funny. I was talking to Ron Placone right before the debate, and he said he thought this one was going to be boring, and boy was it. Boy, I'm watching. ABC is on my TV over there. Hello, David. Hello, Devon. And the first ad is from a pharmaceutical company for some pharmaceutical product for psoriasis or eczema or something like that. Duprexitone, Berbozagate. That's the first ad. They just broke away from their coverage. Their first ad was for a pharmaceutical company. Just so we're all clear what this was about. That's why the debates are not held on public TV. They should be held on public TV, right? CNBC, PBS, or something like that. But no, they have to go to commercial breaks. So who's buying ad time? The pharmaceutical companies. So why are the questions pushed a certain way? Nobody brings up anything else. Nobody brings up who on that stage gets money from the pharmaceutical companies. Nobody brought that up. Next ad is for DoorDash, which is like, oh, that's a fine service, but it also just shows you there's the gig economy. Now here's for something for an Amazon show, which I'm very conflicted about because I directed the First Nations Comedy Experience, the first ever Native American and World Indigenous People stand-up comedy series, and it's on Amazon Prime. So I don't know, please watch it, but it's hard to promote ads. But I just want to watch these ads that are on ABC, right? Because they're doing the post-game stuff right now. So they're promoting a series. Okay, fine. The next ad is for somebody walking, it's a mom, a construction worker, a business person, and they're all going to try to sell me something, right? Medicare for all, Medicare buy-in, public option, higher taxes, higher premiums. They're doing ads right now, bad-mouthing Medicare for all. We can't, and it's paid for, by Americans' healthcare. Wow. Bernie was right. There literally was an ad for a company that's saying Medicare for all is a bad thing that just played on ABC. That just played. Unbelievable. God, what a bullshit system. 61 people watching, 19 hit the like button, everybody. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I want to welcome everybody. Hello, just gave a thumbs up as Bernie predicted. Yep, Shelley, Bernie predicted that. Hit the like button, everybody. That's capitalism. Wow, unbelievable. That's why I don't watch these debates anymore. That, and frankly, I don't trust Bernie to be able to attack his opponents the way he needs to. There's some truth to that. They need private health insurance or else they won't be the only rich ones. Yep. The truth is right there. It's unbelievable. Here's the thing that, Joe Biden and all these people argue is that, and I'm this is the other thing about Andrew Yang. He did bring this up and I'll give him credit for it, but it's true. Like Medicare for all relieves the burden. I just did a video on this. It relieves the burden of the business owner. And here's the thing I want to show. Because when they're like, you're going to kick 150 million people off their insurance. I tweeted this out, and I want to show you guys this question. I just did a little online poll on Twitter. Okay? I'm going to show you this right here on the camera, on screen. All right, I'm even going to record this. So we just got done watching the Dem debates. One of the big issues that they spent almost the first half of the thing on was Medicare for all, right? That's the thing that they talked about, Medicare for all. So I tweeted out, Who out there likes their health insurance? Hashtag Dem debate. I'm going to read you the responses I got, right? They're really pitching private health insurance as if we miss them. We are not stupid. It's a no from me. This is from Blonde Burro. Let me read all these. Bernie asked same time, no, more than once. Liz just catching up on her 20. Me, but I'm Canadian. So the Canadian likes their insurance. Where's Tulsi? Nope, just didn't fill 2 prescriptions yesterday because they weren't covered. They were antibiotics and serious cough suppressant. WTF. If my health insurance was a person, I would kill it in self-defense, another person wrote. And there was a response to that. Let's read that. This response is perfect. It took me multiple denials to finally get the amount and type of physical therapy that I needed after spinal surgery. That cost me time. I could have been more productive. It set me back big time. By the way, put the stream out on your social media. Show people what we're discussing. So this is my response to the Medicare for all on thing, right? I have Medicare. I love it. Bernie's Medicare is even better. You won't need to buy a supplement or pay copays, deductibles, or premiums anymore. Plus, it pays for dental, long-term care, hearing, and vision. Thank you, Kira Moore. And I want to discuss that right now. Because when they talk about, they're trying to make it like the government's going to tell you what to do. Here's how Medicare works. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kira, since you have it. Here's how Medicare works. If you have Medicare, you can go anywhere. When they're like, they're going to try to tell you where to go. Under any insurance plan that you have, anyone, Obamacare, you buy it yourself or through a job, there's in-network and out-of-network insurance. I know people in like Canada and Australia and Europe are like, what are you talking about? So if you go to a physician that's out of network, it costs you more or whatever. You have Medicare, you can go to any doctor you want and they pay it. And then what happens, they might say the bill is this much, it's $3,000. Medicare then comes back to the doctor and says, no, it's not $3,000, it's $600. And we'll pay the $600. So first of all, that's why that's the real story. That's why the healthcare industry and the pharmaceutical companies don't like it, because the government will force them to pay less instead of the gouging that they're currently doing. That's what this is really all about. 123 viewing, 63 likes. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. So let's go back into this now. They spent a lot of time on this issue, so I want to talk about this. Not me. My state just changed it again. Now I can go to my eye doctor now I can't go to my eye doctor unless I pay cash. None of the dentists in my town accept the insurance carriers. Medicare for All would solve these problems. If you're just tuning in, I asked this during the debates on Twitter. Who here likes their insurance? Since all these people like Klobuchar and Buttigieg and Bernie, who are all paid by the insurance industry, nobody brought that up, which was disappointing. I asked who here likes their insurance, because they talk about they're going to kick you off your insurance. I pay my own insurance. It's Obamacare. It's not great. It's cheap, but it's not great at all. And God forbid anything actually happens to me. It's great if you go once a year. I get a checkup. Last year I had bronchitis, so I went there. They gave me a prescription. That was taken care of. Still cost me a little. I had to pay copays. Yeah, I had to pay copays on top of my monthly premium. So, but let's get back to this. Again, I tweeted this out. Nobody. Who here likes their insurance was the question. I think CEOs, the providers do. I loved it when I was in the military. Can't afford it now. Medicare for all. Also, where's Tulsi? See? So Matt Downing had really good insurance when he was in the military. Do you see that? That brings up a bigger issue. There's Medicare for all and free college tuition. Uh-oh. How are we going to get the poor and the working class to join up for our bullshit wars? See, right now we have economic conscription. This is a fancy term for saying poverty draft, right? We haven't had a draft since the 70s. The last time we had a draft is when young people went out in mass. Millions of people went to the streets and said, we're not going to Vietnam. The ruling class saw that and said, well, wait, this won't work. The lowest recruitment for the military was in 2007. The war in Iraq was 3-4 years old. People were like, Afghanistan was 6 years old at that point. People were like, I'm not going over there. I'm not going over there. Oh, weird. A recession hit in 2008. Then I talked to soldier after Marine, after airman, after seaman, all when I would meet them in my tours, especially in 07, 08, and 2011 and 2012, when they said I re-enlisted, I had to. There's no jobs back where I live. I took them. One guy said I took the money. I took it. They were given like a $20,000 re-enlistment bonus or something like that. That's why he re-enlisted. So I just want to point out, this is part of the ruling class's plan to keep us all down and force us into joining the military, and force us into paying their bullshit costs, to force us into financial servitude. They want us in debt. They want us to have to go fight their wars because there's no jobs in our towns. This is all part of their big plan. And Medicare for all, that's a threat. You don't have to join the military to get good health care. I have government health insurance. I like it. So we're noticing a trend here. If you live in Canada or you were with the military or you have Medicare, then you really like your, so any sort of government healthcare program, those are the only ones people seem to like. No one's saying, I love paying my premiums. My job gives me good health. My what? They don't have it. My what? They don't have it. You know those plans they keep talking about that unions fought hard to get? I have one of those. It's still shit. No wife or kids, and I have $1,000 deductible. My premiums are $150 a month. Correction, $1,500 deductible. And I hear that story all the time. I used to have, I'm with the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA. It's the actors union, right? The TV and the film union merged after it was TV. SAG was just a quick. So the way the union insurance works in show business, you have to make a certain amount of money every year. If you make something like 12, 13,000, you get the first level of insurance. If you make 20 or 30,000, you get more insurance and stuff like that. And I haven't had union insurance since 2006, maybe 2005. And people that I know, friends of mine that are in the actors union, are like, it's not as good as it used to be. They raised the amount. You don't get as much. Everyone I know who had good insurance says it's not as good as it used to be. I've heard that story over and over again. Ha, 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 ha. That's what Denise wrote. I'm fortunate enough to love and afford my health care. Fortunate, Gina. Thank you for being honest. To love and afford. So what Gina's saying, if I understand correctly, she likes her health care. She gets, but because she can afford to pay for it. So if you have a lot of money, you get great health care. I enjoy Medicaid very much. So someone who can afford really good insurance is grateful that they can do that. Nope, from Eric Haler. I just avoid the doctor. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Okay. Let's get some more replies. If we get any more, I don't know. My computer's being a little jankety. So those are the bulk of my replies, folks. That's what everybody said. This is just my little online poll. Nobody, the only person that said they had good health insurance was the person, Gina, who said, because I'm grateful I can afford it. Unbelievable, man. All right, folks, a great way to support 168 watching 98. Hit the like button, smash the like button, you guys. Oh, man. Go to GrahamElwood.com. Support me at Patreon.com/GrahamElwood, Rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Like, share, and subscribe. So another great way to support the show is you can hit the super chat button, which like some of these people have done, and I very much appreciate that. Q McKinley, shave your knuckles for justice. Treated Bernie like Yang Bernie Tulsi. Yeah. Less than 33330. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, It's crazy. If you have a YouTube Red subscription, by the way, folks, you get $1 super chat a month that's included in your monthly fee. So it won't cost you any extra money. So you could do that right now if you wanted to. Hit the bell. Andrew Dwyer. Boom, Andrew. Shave it for justice. What the fuck up was up with that pre-debate panel? Rom and co? Oh, man. So I was surfing this afternoon, and as I was driving home to watch the debates, I had it on CNN, on Sirius XM. I had it on CNN radio, and I was listening to Anderson Cooper and all these people. First of all, they kept talking about Liz Warren and Joe Biden and Warren. And so they're trying to make it like it's a two-horse race now between Warren, who's a progressive. She's not a progressive, and Biden. Very rarely mentioned Bernie Sanders, right? And they got Tulsi out of there, and now they can all just make Bernie seem like he's the crazy guy. Finding Neo, shave your knuckles for justice. No notification, but glad I caught you. Yeah. So look, we had amazing growth on this show. In July, we had 20,000 subscribers, and now we've got 52,000. We did that through July and end of August into early September. And now YouTube is doing they're up to their old tricks again. So they're throttling me. They're unsubscribing people. So I'm like barely creeping up. I was picking up like 500 to 1,000 subscribers every like 3 or 4 days. I was literally getting like almost 1,000 subscribers, every 2 days, like every 48 hours. And now it's stuck at 52,500 or something like that. So if you haven't subscribed to me, or even if you have, double check to make sure you're subscribed, because YouTube might have unsubscribed you, and make sure you hit the bell notification button. Even if you do that, it's no guarantee they're going to notify you every time. But this is why following me on Twitter @Graham Elwood. Even if you don't like Twitter and I'm the only person you follow, great, because I always make notifications when I go live. And this is what I do. Every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific, I go live, right? Sometimes I have to change that, like this past weekend I was traveling or whatever. So if you follow me on social media, I will give you updates. Plus, my vow, pending some crazy set of circumstances, I'm going to go live after every debate from now through November. As long as I'm able to, I'm going to go live after every debate. And I'm working on getting into that studio where I did the political vigilante game show. And I thought the debates were going to be tonight and tomorrow. So the studio wasn't available tonight, and tomorrow was going to have a panel. But I want to try to do that in October, of get a studio space and have a panel. See who's available. Maybe get Ron or Jimmy or Kim Iverson or whatever, and ask them, and we'll have a discussion about not the, corporate media lying version. So, but my point is, if you follow me on social media, then you'll get notifications, and you don't have to worry about whether or not Google is going to try to lie. Cureforcancer.co. Shave it, my friend. Thank you for watching the show. What do you think of George Carlin comparing voting to masturbating? The 16 and 2020 Democratic primaries kind of prove it, don't you think? Yeah, I mean, you just see it. You see how the narrative is pushed, right? You see how it's pushed. I will give this panel credit. This panel of journalists, and I don't know most of them, but some of them don't have great records or whatever, but this panel of journalists did hold a lot of these people accountable, not just Bernie. I was happy to see that one woman calling out Kamala's record of locking people up and how, well, you've changed your stance on this. And I was like, wow. And people in the audience cheered. I was like, and that other dude, said something, to, I forget who it was. Maybe it was Joe Biden. Anyway, but you see the theatrics of it, especially when, I'm watching ABC right now, and there's, car commercials, and they're not for electric cars or biodiesel cars, or for regular gas powered cars. So you're seeing, what it's all about, man. Pharmaceutical companies, and an ad for, well, here's one for DirecTV, and all this other stuff. So it is What's up, Annabelle? It is crazy to watch because you just see the machine in place, how it's designed to screw anyone. That's why they're propping up Liz Warren so much, because she's a fake progressive. She sounds really progressive, doesn't she? She sounds great. But she was a Republican until she was 47. I just turned 50. 3 years ago, I wasn't voting for them. I didn't vote for Trump or Rand Paul or anybody like that. 3 years ago, I voted for Bernie in the primary and Jill Stein in the. That's who I voted for. Last year in the 2018, I voted for a lot of progressive candidates and Green Party candidates and stuff like that. That's where I'm at in my late 40s, is just that. So Liz Warren gave $80 billion. Her and Cory Booker and Tim Kaine and 2 other Democrats voted to give Trump an extra $80 billion for the war machine in October of 2017 that he did not ask for. I will repeat that all through this election. And then she did this. Let's bring up this tweet from May. Okay? Elizabeth Warren, climate change is real. It's worsening by the day, and it's undermining our military readiness. More and more, accomplishing the mission depends on our ability to continue operations in the face of floods, drought, wildfires, desertification, and extreme cold. So nowhere near she talking about reducing the military budget or stopping these endless regime change wars. Of course not. What she is talking about is I'm going to green up the military, but the war machine, baby, you're still in business. I won't cut back your war budget. I already gave you $80 billion more for it. That's what this is about. Just so we're real clear, May 15th, 17,000 likes. That's 17,000 idiots or 17,000 people that like war. I don't know which. 3,000 retweets. Again, 3,000 idiots or 3,000, maybe it was people like me calling her out. So some of these retweets are people like me and Abby Martin. We all called her out. That's who Liz Warren is. She talks all progressive. And when we going back to Medicare for all, any of these candidates who are like, we got to have people, people be able to give them Medicare for all, but let them choose. That's code word for I'm going to make sure that the health insurance lobby and the pharmaceutical companies still get a say in this. So it'll be watered down Medicare for all if they even pass it. I just want everyone to know that. That's what that is. Dwight McQueen, I'm a truck driver from Indiana. I can't even afford insurance or dental. Yeah. So Medicare for all would help you. So shouldn't your union? Yeah. It's probably already been eviscerated, your union, if you're even in one, if you're even allowed to be in one. Thanks for telling us that, man. I love all your personal stories. George Allen, Shave Your Knuckles for Justice. Thanks for supporting the show. Hi, Graham. So many post debates on. Good to find this one. I barely watched it. My old instinct that their blabbermouths came rushing back. Yeah. Oh, it was kind of a boring one. 217 watching, 160 likes. Hit the like button, everybody. Yeah, it was just. And thanks so many of you who are like, I'm only going to watch you, Graham, after the show and not watch the stupid debates. I really appreciate you guys coming here. I know a lot of indie media people are all going live right now, and whoever you want to watch or have us all on multiple screens. Many of those people are my friends. I hope you enjoy all of us. Just as long as you're not watching ABC, unless you just want to watch bullshit. Health insurance, what the hell is that? I seem to remember having a great plan in the early 2000s. Yep, Jody, right on. Unbelievable. Medicaid severely limits where you can go because of a lot of doctors won't take it. I can't wait for Medicare for all. Thank you for that clarification, Laura. Yeah, the same thing. Medicare for all. Every doctor is going to have to take it. That's part of the requirement. That's why they're spending so much money to say that it's bad and to buy off politicians so the politicians say it's bad. And that's why Joe Biden must get so much money from the healthcare lobby. He's like, how are you going to pay for it, Bernie? $30 trillion. And then Bernie goes, well, the current plan will cost us $50 trillion. So great. Sam Dean. Shave your knuckles for justice, Sam. We will be performing Down Under in Australia November 14th in Melbourne, November 15th Adelaide, the 17th in Sydney, the 22nd in Perth. Tickets for all the venues are going. The chance some, if not all of those shows can sell out. So go to grahamawa.com and get your tickets and join us Down Under. If Marlon Chandler doesn't perform, there will be issues. All right, brother, I'll sing something. Let me also demonetize you for content violations. Yeah. There you go. Let's see. I don't want to miss. Jim Garrison. Jim, thank you so much for supporting the show. Shave the Knuckles for Justice. People always ask, what does Shave Your Knuckles for Justice mean? It has no long history. Just I punched the camera and I saw that I had hairy knuckles and I was like, oh, I should shave those for justice. That's all it means. There's no crazy story around it. Haven't had health insurance in years. Bronze plans cost almost as much as rent and provides no value. God. Good point. These debates are garbage. You're not wrong. If Justin Bieber used the Russian aging app, he would look like Elizabeth Warren. Thank you for that, Jesus. Fantastic. Finding Neo. Shave your knuckles for justice. I work for Apple and I still have a $4,000 deductible. It was $400 deductible in 2015. You work for Apple. Well, I get it. Apple's a little small startup and they're, they don't make a lot of money. See this? I want to meet people. No one's like, oh, my health insurance. You work for Apple. You would think, oh, Apple's got to have great insurance. Well, it used to be a $400. Your insurance went up 1,000%. Oh, that's insane. God, thank you for sharing that, man. The debate was a joke and a lie. Good day. You're not wrong, independent outsider. No one sells out in Adelaide. Right on. Oh, I know what you mean. I know. I mean, you mean ticket sales. I thought you meant like, don't be a sellout to the corporations. I know ticket sales are tough in Adelaide, but I think we'll have a good turnout and maybe you can help it sell out. Maybe we'll buck that trend. Maybe we'll see the Progressive Comedy Tour is the first tour to ever sell out in Adelaide. But I love the Rhino Room and I love Craig Egan that runs it. And so we're going to Adelaide and hope to see you there. CureForCancer.co. Boom. Thank you, Cure for Cancer. Can you try to interview Nick Brana and discuss what should be done when and if Bernie and Tulsi lose and support corporate Democrats? That is a great, yeah, I will have that. Yeah, I definitely have been wanting to interview Nick. It'll be in a little while. I want to start before we there's a lot that's going to happen. And it's looking like they're going to try to screw people again. And, I don't disagree or I don't think that's wrong, but I think this will be the most unique presidential voting election we've ever seen because it's the most important and it's going to get crazy. And it might go crazy in a good way. But I will interview Nick. George Allen, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. I do like a lot of you guys. I'll pick up on their replays later, not ABC. Thank you, George. Thanks for supporting the show. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm going to the Gold Coast tomorrow. I'm swimming my way to happiness. Yeah, swimming is the best. Apparently, MSNBC is attacking Bernie on guns in their post-debate programming. Oh, of course. Really? MSNBC is attacking Bernie or Tulsi? That's weird. That's never happened before. They're usually so spot on. Boom. Girly Gamer 86. What's up, Girly Gamer? Good to have you here. Good to see you again. I have state health insurance in Washington. It covered my toe surgery, medications, and therapy sessions. No co-pays or money out of pocket. I love it. See the theme, everyone? State health insurance, people love. Government health insurance, people love. Private insurance, costing them more money. That's those of you that even have it. So let me see if this is bring this argument up the next time they're like, oh, government insurance will be awful. Say, Girly Gamer, I just was on a live stream. This one woman in Washington, state insurance paid for all this stuff, and she loved it. Somebody that works for Apple, copay went from $400 4 years later is now $4,000 a year. Tell me why one is better, why the private industry and the free market will save us. No, it won't. No, it won't. Thanks for bringing that up. Where I just saw a really good one here. Funny how the debate is on the same night and nearly the same hour as Thursday Night Football and the launch of biggest video game of the year, Borderlands 3. The DNC doesn't want you watching. Yeah, of course. That's what it's all about, man. Don't be involved. Don't pay that too much attention. That's what it's all about. Don't pay too much attention. That's a bad idea. 238 watching, 197 likes. Click the like button. I want to talk about this when Buttigieg was like, we don't need this Discord. This is why people tune out. And so I'm glad Castro goes, we should be debating. I want to say to Mayor Pete, hey, Mayor Pete, if you win the nomination, what do you think Trump's going to do in a debate? It'd be civil and normal? He's crazy. He's going to say, he's going to eat you alive. You're going to sit there and try to debate the issues. When I was mayor, he's going to go after you so hard. And this is the thing that drives me nuts about these just centrist Democrats. Stop infighting. This is what a primary debate is about. Who gets the nomination? You have to prove it. And you know what? It's going to get ugly. This ain't Little League where everybody gets to play and we applaud and everyone gets a participation trophy. No, man. You got to call people out. Otherwise, this is obviously why he says that kind of stuff, because then the anointed one, Kamala Harris, just gets elevated to the top and nobody calls her out, which they should call her out. She put 120,000 people of color behind bars as attorney general. Shave your knuckles for justice. Yeah, they've attacked Bernie for yelling. He had a sore throat tonight. Yeah, Castro did okay, man. Tulsi won. Yeah, Tulsi would have taken one or two candidates down with only 2 minutes speaking time. Of course, that's why they had to get her out of there. She took down Kamala. They were like, ooh, we need to get her out of there. They just pick and choose whatever debate they want to use, whatever poll they want to use. That's what it's all about. It's just crazy, man. Oh yeah, everybody Google Tulsi. Everybody Google Tulsi Gabbard. Just to show. Yeah, they absolutely needed Tulsi. So there's a couple other things I want to show in relation to the debates that were pretty annoying. Let me show this. Bernie versus Biden, the 1994 crime bill. Yeah, it does, actually, Joe. It does matter. It does matter. And I'm glad they called him out tonight on the fact that when Obama did something good, he took credit for it. When Obama did something bad, he goes, well, I was just the vice president. I know. This is who Biden is. He's a Republican. These are Republican talking points. Oh, but this is after the Clintons hijacked the party and turned it into a Republican party, and the right went even further right. So Clinton's whole platform for the last 25, 30 years is be just a millimeter to the left of the Republicans. Mom, wife, sister, they're coming for your women. You know what that's code for? That's black people are coming. That's what that scare tactic is. The blacks are going to attack your women. That goes back to slave times. That's how offensive that is. And he wants to be president. Bernie's been saying the same thing for 25, 30, 40 years. Isn't it time we let him actually just have the White House and get shit done? That's what, look, you just saw it. You just saw it. I didn't take anyone out of context. Those are both of their speeches and in their entirety on the Senate floor in 1994 during Bill Clinton's first term. That bill was, of course, passed. Who signed it into law? Bill Clinton. I don't know, maybe he was flying around on one of Epstein's jets or something and didn't realize what he was signing. I don't know. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just yeah, and Sam Bean's bringing up Bernie had no time. They talked to him in the beginning when everyone was, they let Bernie talk when everyone was attacking his Medicare for all. But then this is, you know, they didn't want him to speak because they just don't want him to put his thing out there. They don't want him to have his say. They don't want him to put his plans out there. They didn't want him to talk Medicare or as they didn't let him talk about his Green New Deal, the most comprehensive. I saw him speak in Iowa City. If you watch that video, I put it up there. He talked about it. He has, and I read it. I went through his website when he launched it a couple of weeks ago, and I read it. It's the most comprehensive Green New Deal that I've seen anybody have. It addresses the fear. It's not this like, oh, by 2045 and 2050, we'll get 70%. We don't have time for that. He realizes we don't have time for that. George Allen, Shave the Knuckles for Justice. One of my favorite videos you did was the breakdown of the court media structure and where they're taking their orders from. Same line of questioning at these debates. Yeah, thank you, George Allen. Maybe I'll retweet that. It's a video, I did it about a month or so ago. And I saw that the State Department and the CIA give their orders to the three Reuters, I forget another one. There's basically three major media outlets or reference sources. And then those go down to all the media sources. This is a very simple chart. So the State Department gives it, and then that's how it looks like. And I did the video a couple of days ago on how the two of the most powerful talent agencies in Hollywood, CAA and UTA, represent people like Anderson Cooper and and all these other pundits. And Stephen Colbert and all this other stuff. So when Stephen Colbert goes after Tulsi Gabbard in a late night interview and calls her an Assad apologist, basically, that comes from the State Department. And you think it's all different, but it isn't. It's like if you ever gone to one of those Coke fountains, the ones at the movie theaters now where you can get all the different flavors. And look, that's my Coke Zero is my, I rarely have it, but every once in a while I'll get a Sprite Zero or something like that. You get a lemon Sprite Zero and a cherry vanilla Sprite Zero and a grape Coke Zero, right? They make you think like there's all these choices. It's still Coke. You can get Coke with sugar, Diet Coke, or Coke Zero. It's all Coke. All three of them are bad for you. You can get it with lemon and lime and cherry and meat, and it makes you think that there's all these choices. There is not. They keep feeding the same message, and they feed it from a bunch of different places. So that's because they know they've done research. They know how the human brain. So this is from just a marketing standpoint. Like, let's say you live in Australia, okay? And you are kind of a fan of mine. You're not like a diehard. You know who I am. You like what I do. You watch me every once in a while, but you're not like a diehard fan, right? The diehard fans, all of you are awesome. You've already gone and bought your tickets, and more people are buying tickets every day. But let's say you're a passive fan of Graham Elwood and the Progressive Comedy Tour. So you hear me tweet about the Progressive Comedy Tour coming down under. You go, okay. And then you read about it in, you see it on the venue near where you live. Let's say you live in wherever, Perth. And you see the venue, you see it again. Oh, wow. And then you are watching this live stream because it just came up and you decided to check this out. You don't really give a shit about American politics because you're an Australian. And you hear me talk about it a third time. It's the third time, and it's a marketing thing. If you see something in three different places, that's when your brain goes, yes. So that's what they know that. That's why they're saying, oh, well, I heard this thing about Tulsi on Facebook, and then I saw Stephen Colbert talk about it, and then I saw, Kamala Harris really gave her to her, so that must be true. See, that's what they're doing. Thank you for bringing that up, George Allen. Hey, Mayors, met you in Iowa City. I got to say, it was so cool meeting. I love meeting you, all of you guys on the road. It's so cool. Ron and I were just in Omaha and Sioux Falls and Madison and Minneapolis and Iowa City. And Mayors, you came out. It was so great to me. I love meeting you in person, putting a face to the screen name, and thank you for supporting the show. Your truth about farmers, they're saying full silos. I don't know if I quite understand that question. Yeah, fuck Amy Klobuchar. Right on. Yeah, it's all right. I know you were sick, but it's all good. Hey, Maris. Yes. They can't sell their grain with all the tariffs. Oh, that's what that means. Yeah, the silos are full because they can't sell their grain with all the tariffs. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Which, look, I've done some videos on I think I did 1 or 2 videos on the tariffs that are hurting farmers, you know, and I read this interview with this farmer who was like, look, we're in the middle of the country. We voted for Trump because he said he was going to help us out, and he's not doing it. So we have a hard time. I don't know if we're going to back him again. And let me tell you something. If you put another corporate Democrat up against Trump, those people are going to vote for Trump as the lesser of two evils. You put somebody with a comprehensive plan, like a Green New Deal, that part of it is sustainable agriculture, and you tell farmers you are an integral part of the Green New Deal, not tariffs and stuff like that are hurting your business. I'm telling you, if it was, Bernie can beat Trump. The Democratic Party knows this, but they don't want him, because if Bernie wins, then their gravy train is over. Bernie could win red states. Look, any Democratic nominee is going to get New York and California and Oregon and Washington and Illinois and, you know, those big states, right? Wisconsin, Michigan, they're going to get all those electoral votes. But if they got 38 electoral votes from Texas and maybe Ohio and maybe Florida, it's over. Not to mention they cherry pick some Iowas and Alaskas and just get 4 here and 6 there and boom, boom. It's over. It's over. So, yeah, Tulsa can win those states too. I think, I wish Jimmy Dore would do another night in Seattle. Call him and tell him we need a Tuesday, 9 September. I'll see what I can do. So Ron Placone and I will say this: we are going to be doing Portland and Seattle in April. We're going to be doing Florida in March. We're going to be doing San Francisco and Sacramento in February. January, we're going to be just doing like some regional stuff like San Diego, Santa Barbara, stuff like that. But we're already mapping out 2020. February is Northern California. March is Florida. We're going to do Tampa, Orlando, and Miami. We're going to do probably the same venue we did in Miami. We need to find a bigger venue in Orlando because we sold that one out. We've never done Tampa, so we're going to come to Tampa. We're coming, kids. We are coming. In May, I think we're doing Albuquerque. We're coming. Sam GL, thank you so much. Shave your knuckles for justice. For justice. Hit the like button. 296 watching, 258 likes. Hit it. I love it. George Allen, shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again, George. Graham, could you do a video sometime on the Green Party next year? Exiting candidates do not wish to vote blue no matter who in the general. Yeah, absolutely. As we get closer, I will be going, because the Greens haven't even named their nominee yet. I don't think it'll be Jill Stein. She ran in 2012 and in 16, and I'm sure it's exhausting, even just running as a Green. So yeah, I will start interviewing. Absolutely. This Dem primary needs to start. We need to start thinning the herd. We're already losing. Some people are dropping out, which is good. We got to thin the herd here, and then really, we haven't even had the first caucus or primary yet. But we're going to have a better idea earlier on. They moved the California one up to March. And this is the thing I cannot implore enough. Register as a Democrat in your state. Provisional ballots, they will chuck those out. So register as a Democrat if you haven't already. And vote. Okay? Vote for either Bernie or Tulsi. Like, seriously, this is important. Because if we get a corporate Democrat, worst case scenario is obviously Trump wins again, and I don't know what's going to happen. But even if it's like a Biden or Kamala or even Liz Warren, we'll get incremental bullshit. I'll give Cory Booker credit for at least saying when somebody asked him a question, how are you going to get a senator or you just do it. Like Bernie proved that with the Stop Bezos Act. That never got passed. But the pressure from it, made Bezos raise it up to $15 an hour. Now, Bezos did that as a tactic so he wouldn't have to pay union wages, but still, he's giving Bernie forced him to pay his employers more. There's way more that needs to be done. I think they should unionize, but that's my point. So I will interview more third party. I'll interview Nick Brown. I'll interview Green candidates. I'll find whoever the Libertarian candidate is. I'll get that person on the show. I want to hear what they have to say. Absolutely. So, Sam Dean, shave your knuckles for justice, Sam. Australia cares about American politics because America is one of those whoops, blew up the earth kind of situation, has been for ages. Terrifying. No, I know. I was just using that as an example for the marketing. Let's say you're somebody that's not paying that much attention, but you see my name in 3 different places, then you'll finally buy a ticket. I know that's why we're doing, the ticket sales are great. And I know, understand, because Australians are like, we don't want America to drag us into another one of their ridiculous wars. We don't want Australian soldiers having to go to Syria or Iran or Venezuela because America's mad that someone won't give up their oil. So yeah, I know. I was just using that as an example. Where are we at? Amy Die. Amy, thank you so much. Shave your knuckles for justice. You're making Gotham great again. 303 people watching, 282 likes. Right on. This is pretty good for a post-debate live stream. REW. Boom. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hey, Graham, really love your POV, especially on housing. Do you all plan on coming up to New England? Thanks for all you do. Angel, Rhode Island. Yes, Ari. So Ron Placone and I were talking about probably August we'll do our East Coast tour, and we will do DC, Philly, New York City, Boston, and then we're talking about probably doing Burlington, Vermont, and Portland, Maine. That's what we're hoping to do. Last time we did Baltimore and New Haven, which were great, but they're too close to those other big cities, and we're realizing we just need to stretch out to bigger. And we wanted to get up to New England and Burlington last time. It just didn't make sense, but we will this summer or next summer. Boom, boom, pow. Yeah, August is when we'll be doing the East Coast. Dems are pathetic. Trump is amazing. What is it you can't understand? Yeah, Trump is not amazing. I just don't like the Democrats are pathetic. There's no two ways about that, but Trump is not amazing at all. I just don't like, he's, first of all, his racist stuff, and then his climate change denial is just ridiculous. He gave a $1.5 trillion bailout to millionaires and billionaires. He didn't help working class people. These tariffs are hurting working class people. It's make Gotham great again. Bring Tulsi back. Absolutely. Andy Green. Andy, shave your knuckles for justice. Thanks for supporting the show. Ending forever wars will bring our troops and our tax dollars back home. Working people don't want to give or get handouts. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing that when they're like, Bernie's a socialist or whatever. And that guy, that Latino guy was from Univision was like, your socialism is going to be like Venezuela and, Cuba. And Bernie was like, no. And you bring up a great point, Andy. You talk about what all this does, right? So first we end all these forever wars. We end all of this. And not to mention, and I'll give Booker credit for this. He's like, we talked about, the military. We didn't talk about vets. Yeah. We need to put more money instead of wars. We need to put it into the VA. The fact that 22 vets a day commit suicide is an abomination. That's an atrocious number. That's horrifying. So that needs to be addressed, right? And then we could spend money. Like, I would be glad spending money helping to rebuild Afghanistan, right? To giving them schools and stuff like that. If our money was going to help that would help actually keep us safe. Why would they want to bomb a country or blow up a country or do terrorist acts when they have good things? And not to mention, as we tax all the billionaires, I did a video, Fortune 500 companies paid $0 in taxes, right? Last year, Amazon made $11.8 billion in profit and paid $0 in taxes. So you start taxing all those companies, you get all that money, and then you reinvest it in a Green New Deal. Medicare for all is part of that. Ending private prisons is part of that. It was good that we're having the education discussion. I actually thought that was good because it talks about the thing Bernie talked about in 1994 is if you just, I'm all for paying teachers more money, but you just can't just throw money at schools and expect schools to fix everything when there's all these other issues in the community. And if people have Medicare for all, right? They're not worried about it. And in there is treatment. There's drug treatment, there's mental health treatment, there's all kinds of stuff within that. And then there's free college tuition. So now these neighborhoods have hope. And then you have public schools that are where the teachers are paid better and there's good funding, right? Like Japan, where doctor is the fallback job, the good gig is the teacher gig, right? Then everyone's going to work with a Green New Deal. We're ending the private prisons. So now there's not, we need to go create criminals to pay for these private prisons. You get rid of the private prisons, you legalize marijuana. All of those things, they all talk like on these debates, like they're separate issues. They're actually all connected and are all part of a Green New Deal. So, yeah, we get rid of the $370 billion a year we give in subsidies to the oil companies. Yeah, let's spend that money on vets and schools and college tuition. How about that? The oil companies shouldn't get $1. They should have to pay triple tax on everything, man. Eric RPG, shave your neck hairs for justice. You got it. Boom. Sam Dean, get your song suggestions in. Shave your knuckles for justice. Yeah. 307 likes, 297 watching. Fantastic. Tulsi Graham, 2020. Hey, man, if somebody had like at least $300 to $500 million, I would run probably as a Movement for a People's Party candidate, and I'd win. I would win. Ranked choice voting machines, absolutely. If we make enough noise about what the DNC has done in past to Bernie and make enough of a stink, I don't think they can go against the masses. We can thank Assange for that. Yeah, absolutely. We have to make we have to make so much noise. We have to make it so clear that they can't deny us. They think they're going to just shut us up again, and that's why I'm being very clear, and I'm putting and put this on your social media. I'm not going to vote any blue will do. If the Democrats screw over progressives again and cheat again, then I blame them for Trump. Let them know that, you know? Revolution's not going to happen at the ballot box. Yeah, Jackie Kershaw, you haven't listened to a word I've said. Yeah, who's gonna pay for it? I just lined out who's gonna pay for it, and nobody asked this, Jackie. Since you're clearly a Trump supporter, nobody asked. You ever hear anybody ask how we're gonna pay for these wars? Nobody asked how we're gonna pay for these wars. Now it's okay. You've been duped, as many people on the left have been duped, to vote against your own interests. To vote against your own interests. I just laid out. And your taxes aren't going to go up. How are we going to pay for it? You're already right now, you're paying taxes. On top of that, you're paying healthcare costs, right? So that's all going to come down. The federal government, we're the richest country in the history of the world. Instead of spending $750 billion a year on war, we cut that back. We don't give the oil companies bailouts. As I talk, not to mention, not only do the top 20 Fortune 500 companies, not only do they not pay any money in taxes, they also get tax breaks. That's how we're going to pay for it. I just answered your question, but you don't want to hear that because Fox News tells you to think this way and MSNBC tells dumb neoliberals to think that way. That's the problem. And you think your side is better than the other side? The ruling class, Jackie, has been fucking you over. They've been fucking me over. You think we're so different? Oh, Graham's some hippie, liberal, progressive, and I'm a Trumper. We've all been screwed over. I lost my house, Jackie. I lost my house because of Bush and Obama. And Trump we're going to have another recession. No banking regulation happened under Bush. No banking regulation happened under Obama. And Trump isn't doing any banking regulation. So you're going to lose your home just like I did. And who are you going to blame? Immigrants? Immigrants didn't steal your job. Billionaires stole your jobs. The ruling class wants us divided, Jackie. They want us thinking red state, blue state, liberal, conservative, blah, 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 blah. Because if we all got together, Jackie, we would take the ruling class down. Wake up to the realities. The one-sided thing you're saying, it's funny. The diehard Trumpers and the diehard Clinton, Obama people, you guys all sound the same. You refuse to listen to any criticism of your beloved leaders. Unbelievable. I say the same thing. I say the same thing to neoliberals that I say to diehard Trump supporters. Say the same thing. Carl, keep it polite. We can disagree, but no insults. Yeah, people without picks are suspect. Yeah, you never know. Could be a trolley, a paid troll or troll. Let's see if I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Crystal Falk, boom, shave your knuckles for justice. Thank you for your continued coverage on Epstein. I don't need to shave my knuckles, wink, wink. But we do need justice. Also, I need you to interview Stephanie Kelton. DM me if you need the correct info. You rock. Yeah, we got it, Crystal. Hit me up on follow me on Twitter, and then we can DM through there. And if you can give me Stephanie Kelton's info, I'd love to interview her. I would love to interview. I'm going to interview Stephen Hale again when I'm down in Adelaide because he's an economics college teacher down there. I think the term professor is different down there, so I always forget. But I would love to interview Stephanie Kelton on MMT. Yeah, however you can help that would be great. Or just info@grahamelwood.com. If you can give me Stephanie or her contact people info so I can set that interview, I'd love to do that. Because I have an MMT playlist. Those of you who are new to my channel, I have a whole MMT playlist. How are we going to pay for it? Watch my MMT playlist. That'll answer a lot of questions. A bunch of great interviews with Citizens Media TV, the non-pedophile, non-dead, non-awful Jeff Epstein. Completely different person. Good guy. Not the one that the Mossad just killed. So yeah, we'll talk MMT on that all day, all night. Shadow Zach 09. Boom. Shave your knuckles for justice, Shadow Zach. What do you think of Elizabeth Warren talking to Hillary Clinton and having her become vice president? Oh, God. I cannot think of a reason to vote third party more. If Hillary is in, and I know she's dying to run, you know, her ego, the narcissism of the Clintons, they're crazy. She's going nuts watching like women get close to the White House. You know, she's just like, can't handle it. Liz Warren, Kamala, Tulsi, Klobuchar, she's like, I'm the first one. I'm the anointed one. I'm next. All this stupid Democratic Party, like, whose turn is it? So preposterous. You know, she just can't help herself. She's gonna try to run again. She's going to try to reappear again. If any ticket involving any of the Clintons, and if they get the nomination again, then blow the Democratic Party up. Everybody vote third party. Like everybody. Spend all of your waking time from July, which is when the DNC convention is, to November, getting people to register to vote and vote third party. Like, get those 160 million people that don't vote. What if they all showed up and voted Green or Movement? What would that do? You know? Ugh. Sam Dean, why not sing Johnny Be Good to say bye to Bolton? You got it, man. All right, I'm probably going to wrap these up. It was a good hour conversation. 338 people watched, 342 likes. So awesome. So I'm going to be doing this Sunday at 3 p.m. As always. And then starting next week, I go to Russia. So I will live stream from Russia. The time might vary because there's a 9-hour time difference in Russia. So that would mean live streaming Sundays at midnight Russia time. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I might move it up a little bit. So again, all the more reason to make sure you are subscribed to me. Make sure you hit the bell notification and then follow me on Twitter. That's where I talk politics. I'm on Instagram and Facebook too, but follow me on Twitter at Graham Elwood. So that's where I will update you on the times that I'm going to go live, and I'll be releasing videos, and I'm going to be doing interviews from over there. And then ultimately I'm going to, somewhere hopefully late October, beginning of November, I will drop it'll be in the neighborhood of about a 30 to 40 minute documentary of my experience in Russia. I'm going to release little videos and interviews while I'm over there, but then I'm going to release, that was what the Indiegogo was for. And thank you, by the way, anyone out there watching that donated to it. I very much appreciate it. There's other ways to donate. If you go to grahamelwood.com, there's a PayPal button. You can do a one-time donation. There's a P.O. box if those of you who want to be off the grid, which I totally get. But I will be releasing video from Russia, and I will be going live. Again, the live stream times from Russia will change. They might change just because of the 9-hour time difference. But I don't know, I might be so jet lagged and my clock might be off that I might want to do it at midnight. Who knows? Pump Up the Jam. You want me to do Pump Up the Jam, Sam Dean? Okay. I'll do Pump Up the Jam. You got it. Yeah, Russia's going to be fantastic. And I'll be posting on social media and everything else. It's going to be amazing. I'm already lining up interviews over there. I've got 2 shows lined up, Moscow on the 20th and St. Petersburg the 28th. So if anyone's over there or has friends that's over there, please check it out. All right, let's do Pump Up the Jam. And then I'm going to go. That's the other thing. Some of you are like, what is this? So this is the thing Sam Dean started about 8-9 months ago. During the live streams, I usually end it singing karaoke. Sometimes as, well, this is a suggestion I want to throw to you guys. So a lot of times I do it as William Shatner singing a song, but Ron Placone had a joke that he made in college or high school of singing Cheap Trick songs as Eddie Vedder. So do you want me to do that? I'll sing a Cheap Trick as Eddie Vedder if you want, or I can do Pump Up the Jam as Shatner. Let me tell you right now, right? Jackie, thank you so much. I have studied Trump, and I've done plenty of videos on it. That's I ask you to not abandon your critical thinking skills with the candidate that you voted for that won. I'm super critical of Obama. I voted for him twice. I'm super critical of the Democratic Party. I voted for a lot of Democrats. Don't fall into that thing of my guy, my team's better, and I'm going to turn a blind eye to his faults. Don't do that. I don't. Nobody here does. Ray Foley, thanks, Ray. Couldn't watch it. Rather watch you later without Tulsi. Just a cheat show. Yeah, absolutely. Shatner, Marlon Shatner, pump up the jam. Yeah, so you make mistakes. Oh, bummer, LOL. Yeah, and you made a mistake with Trump. That's my point, Jackie. Gotta wake up. The right needs to wake up. So does the left. Yeah, just voting blue without paying attention is what got us into this mess. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, critical thinking skills. Don't abandon your critical thinking skills just to fall into some sort of tribalism. My team's better than your team nonsense. Both parties are full of shit. Trump's full of shit. Trump's part of the ruling class. The Trumps, the Clintons, the Bushes, the Obamas, they're all part of the problem. Trump has been with Epstein. He's a pedophile just like Clinton. I've done videos on it. I'll do more on it. It's the same thing that, like, no, Trump's the good guy. It's the same thing of, like, the sort of neoliberals who were like, during the Me Too movement, were like, all the women that accused, so I'd say this, let me see if I got this right. All the women that have accused Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby, they're telling the truth, but the women that have accused Bill Clinton, they're lying. No, it doesn't work that way. Same thing. All the women that accused Bill Clinton, they're telling the truth, but all the women that have accused Trump, they're lying. No. They're all evil. The ruling class is evil, Jackie. Don't be a mouthpiece to power. Fuck blue no matter who, for sure. No, he doesn't. He fucked, yeah. Trump is a pedophile, just like Clinton. The reason he's going after Bill is so all the attention's off of him. Wake up. The P tape, it's not urine, it's pedophile tape. That's what Russia has on it. The depositions of the girls that have accused him, it's done. He's just as guilty as all of them. Yeah, we could unite a third party. Yeah, what Human D just said. Ha! Oh boy. Yeah. If you were given $1 million by your dad, you're not one of us. If you own golf clubs, and you're not one of us. You're drinking the Kool-Aid, kid. It's a bummer to watch, just like people who think Obama wasn't that bad. But it's all right. Hopefully you'll keep waking up. No. He's not one of you. The rich don't give a shit. If Trump doesn't give a shit about you. The Clintons don't give a fuck about you or me. Trump doesn't give a fuck about you or me. None of them give a shit about us. That's why they're the 1%. That's why when he goes golfing, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit about you. Yeah, it's impossible. All right. $366. Yeah. Yeah, why isn't Trump free Julian Assange? Chelsea Manning. Jailed by Obama, kept there. He said he was he would accuse Obama. Why are we in Afghanistan? Up the troop counts. Why are you bombing Syria? He accused Obama. He's bombed them twice. See? Yeah. Very confusing. You got it, Yo Mully. Thank you. Ray Foley, what's up, brother? Good to have you here. All right, here we go now. Let's sing. What was it? What was the song I was going to sing? You dropped a bomb on me? Is that the... that's the song, Sam? I forgot now. I dropped a bomb on the lyrics. Oh, pump up the jam. Sorry, you dropped a bomb on me. Pump up the jam lyrics. All right, here we go, everybody. Pump up the jam lyrics. Isn't it funny how the Trumpers and the Clinton people just won't listen to any logic? They both, and they think they're so different. They're both just drunk on, my candidate's the best. Hillary's never done anything wrong. She's one of us. She's a rich white lady. Trump's one of us, the rich white guy. So funny. So funny to me. So how effective it is. Yeah, you guys can't hear the music. Pump up the jam. Pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is pumping. Here, crowd is jumping. Put up a little more. Get the party going on the dance floor. See, because that's the party's at, and you'll find that's too bad. Want a place to stay. Get your booty on the dance floor. Make my day. I don't want a place to stay. Get your booty on the dance floor. Make my day. 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 Up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is pumping. Look at here, the crowd is jumping. Up, pump it up. Started on the floor. The party's at, and you'll find out if you do that. The want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor now. Make my day. I don't want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor now. Make my day. Make my day. Spock, make my day. Scotty, make my day to War Factor 5 or you're fired. Open up a channel, Uhura. Make my day. Up the jam, pump it up, you'll pump it, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, life and love, and this is how we kiss on my planet. Pump it. Klingon bastards, you killed my son. The jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam. Con, like a poor marksman, you keep missing the target. Pump up the jam. Jam. Pump it, pump it, pump it. Pump it. This is an extremely long song. Just Google pump up the jam. Up the jam, pump it, pump, stomping, and the jam is pumping. Look at here, the crowd is jumping. Louder, going on the dance floor. See that's where the party's at, and you'll find out you're too bad. Want a place to stay. Get your booty on the dance floor. Make my day. I don't want a place to stay. Get your booty on. Make my day. Make my day. Up the jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. The jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Pump up the jam. Pump the jam up to Warp Factor 5. Pump it up. Okay, I'm tired. I can't do any more of this. I can't do any more of this. This is fantastic. I'm sweating. It's hot in my apartment. You're all fantastic. Thank you. Somebody's like, what's happening? Those of you who are new to this, we'll talk about every kind of subject. We'll even debate. We'll discuss. We'll get into heavy issues. And then we're going to try to end. This is Sam Dean's thing. It always ends on a fun note because we talk about some serious stuff. And the world is in a tough situation right now. We are facing absolute climate collapse. And there's people, including the guy in the White House, who are paid by the oil lobbies to say that climate change isn't happening because the ruling elites control both parties. So thank you so much. Israel doesn't receive so, but this is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming to the show and watching what I do. I really appreciate it. I'm going to read off all the names of the people that supported. Again, like I said, this Sunday will be at 3 o'clock Pacific time. And then this 2 Sundays after that, which will be the 22nd and 29th, I will be in Russia. So I will go live, but they'll probably be at different times. So again, just follow me on social media, and that will, and again, like I'm stuck at 52,500 subscribers. We went from 20 to 50,000 so quickly. It was so awesome. And now they're throttling me again. So supporting here what you did, I very much appreciate it. And like I said, you can go to patreon.com/GrandMelwood or rockfin.com/GrandMelwood, which is really cool. It's a cool way to support the show. We had 389 people. Sam Dean, thanks, brother. I appreciate the donation, man. I really appreciate you guys supporting everything that I do. It warms my heart, and I keep getting to do this, and things are growing, and I got some new sound equipment. I haven't put it in yet, but I just want to thank everybody. Q Quinley, Andrew Dwyer, Finding Neo, cureforcancer.co, George Allen, Sam Dean, Cyber Clue, Jim Garrison, Finding Neo, cureforcancer.co, George Allen, Girly Gamer 86, George Allen, A. Mayers, George Allen again, Sam Dean, Sam GL, RAW, Amy Dye, Andy Green, George Allen, Eric RPG, Sam Dean again, Crystal Falk, thank you. Shadow Zach 09, great question. Sam Dean again. Sam Dean again. Ray Foley, right on, Ray. Sam Dean, thank you all so much. I love doing this, and I love having these discussions and everything. And we just got to wake people up. We got to wake the 99% up that both parties are screwing them over. They think that their person's winning the thing, and it's just crazy. Neither. As George Carlin said, it's a big party. No, it's a big club, and you ain't in it. I'm not in it. You're not in it. They're screwing us all over. They're all lying. That's why you come here. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Come out to one of my shows on the road. Go to GrandMelwood.com, and you're all making Gotham great again. Come on. Shave your knuckles for justice.